welcome back. It's time to check in with Daphne Olivier, the Unconventional Dietitian. Daphne, thank you so much for hanging out with us virtually.
Of course, thanks for having me.
We're continuing our thyroid discussions today because it's National Thyroid Awareness Month, and today we're tackling questions that you should be asking your doctor. So where should we start?
Well, so thyroid symptoms, if your thyroid is not functioning well, the symptoms are very vague. And so sometimes you'll bring it to your doctor and they'll test just the one thing that's called your TSH. And that's not really a good measure of what's happening with your thyroid. Your thyroid doesn't actually even produce that hormone.
Yeah.
So if you have some questions about maybe the symptoms that you have are thyroid related, or if you have, in your family, you have thyroid issues and you want to know, get the full picture, you need to ask your doctor if he's testing your full thyroid panel. So we need to know TSH is one, but also free T3 and free T4 are the hormones that your thyroid actually produces.
Yeah.
So we want to know if you're able to produce enough thyroid hormone, and then also if the antibodies are being tested. So that's the first question I would ask.
And that's a great question to ask. And what if you are doing or starting thyroid medications?
So if you're starting thyroid medicine, we want to make sure that the dose you're on is correct for you. And so generally after starting the medication, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for your body to fully utilize all the medication. And so if you're going to I would ask the doctor, if you're starting, when are you going to be retested? Let's retest after about 8 weeks and see if we need to tweak the medication. Sometimes you may get started too high. Sometimes it might be started a little bit too low. So we want to get it definitely retested if you're starting on medication.
Yeah. And then what's the last question that we should be asking our doctors?
So oftentimes, if your thyroid's not functioning well, it is also going to impact other things that could be considered medical conditions. Like if you don't have a well-functioning thyroid, it can affect your cholesterol levels. So managing your thyroid can improve the cholesterol. Constipation is another one. So there are other things that are linked to thyroid dysfunction that once you get the thyroid working the way it's supposed to, it can definitely improve some of those other issues.
These are all great information and great questions that we can ask our doctors. Daphne, I'm glad that we continued this discussion this month for thyroid awareness. If people at home have any questions for you, how can they contact you?
You can contact me through my website, theunconventionaldietitian.com, or through Facebook or Instagram, both The Unconventional Dietitian.
Daphne, as always, thank you so much for hanging out with us virtually today.
Of course, thank you.
Of course, if you at home want to learn more, head to our website, KDN.com. We'll be right back